Beginning in 1978, China implemented transformative reforms that decentralized decision-making, reduced state control, and encouraged private entrepreneurship. The nation's integration into the World Trade Organization in 2001 further fueled its economic expansion, opening doors to international trade, foreign investment, and technological advancements. This period saw China transition from a closed, centrally planned economy to a dynamic, globally interconnected economic powerhouse. However, recent stagnation in China's economic trajectory has been attributed by some to the tightening grip of the Communist Party, the increasing role of state-controlled interventionist policies, and restrictions on private enterprises have been seen as impediments to innovation and market-driven growth. Critics argue that this shift has created an environment where bureaucratic hurdles and political considerations may outweigh economic pragmatism, potentially hindering the nation's ability to adapt to changing global dynamics.
Welcome to TFIGlobal, the antidote to mass delusion.
Over the last 4 decades, China's remarkable economic growth has been attributed primarily to the transformative forces of market dynamics and the burgeoning private sector as opposed to reliance on state institutions. Commencing in 1978, the nation embarked on a series of pivotal market-oriented reforms, decentralizing decision-making, diminishing state control over pricing and production, and fostering an environment conducive to private entrepreneurship. This strategic shift catalyzed a surge in private enterprises and foreign investments, fostering heightened competition and efficiency. Chinese entrepreneurs, spurred by profit incentives and competitive drive, have played an instrumental role in propelling diverse economic sectors including manufacturing, technology, retail, and services. The dynamism of the private sector has emerged as a critical engine of growth and innovation within China's economic landscape. Furthermore, China's proactive embrace of globalization, underscored by its accession to the World Trade Organization in 2001, has facilitated international trade and investment, granting private enterprises access to new markets, cutting-edge technology, and invaluable resources. This multifaceted approach has contributed significantly to China's economic prowess on the global stage. However, the recent shift towards increased state control under Xi Jinping's regime has raised concerns about the potential regression in China's economic progress. One major drawback lies in the diminished prospects for innovation and efficiency. The prioritization of state-owned enterprises over private businesses can stifle entrepreneurial spirit and introduce bureaucratic hurdles, impeding economic growth and adaptability. Furthermore, government interventions, such as industrial policies and targeted subsidies, risk distorting the market by favoring specific sectors or companies, fostering uncertainty and discouraging genuine market-driven growth. Another worrisome consequence is the potential slowdown in technological advancements. China's recent strides in semiconductors and artificial intelligence were primarily propelled by private enterprises. Increased state control may divert priorities away from cutting-edge research, focusing instead on short-term objectives that could hinder the pace of technological development. Additionally, the perceived shift towards a more closed and controlled economy may discourage foreign investment, leading to potential capital flight as investors lose confidence in the transparency and predictability of the market. An equally pressing concern is the potential exacerbation of inequality. If state-owned enterprises gain prominence while private businesses face greater obstacles, income and wealth could become more concentrated in the hands of the state and politically connected individuals, intensifying existing disparities within Chinese society. China's unprecedented economic growth was not merely a result of global indulgence, but rather a culmination of strategic economic policies, market-oriented reforms, and a proactive embrace of globalization. Beginning in 1978, China implemented transformative reforms that decentralized decision-making, reduced state control, and encouraged private entrepreneurship. The nation's integration into the World Trade Organization in 2001 further fueled its economic expansion, opening doors to international trade, foreign investment, and technological advancements. This period saw China transition from a closed, centrally planned economy to a dynamic, globally interconnected economic powerhouse. However, recent stagnation in China's economic trajectory has been attributed by some to the tightening grip of the Communist Party, the increasing role of state-controlled interventionist policies, and restrictions on private enterprises have been seen as impediments to innovation and market-driven growth. Critics argue that this shift has created an environment where bureaucratic hurdles and political considerations may outweigh economic pragmatism, potentially hindering the nation's ability to adapt to changing global dynamics. While global factors undoubtedly play a role in China's economic performance, it is crucial to recognize the multifaceted nature of its growth and challenges. China's trajectory is shaped by a complex interplay of domestic policies, global economic trends, and geopolitical considerations, with both internal and external factors contributing to the evolving narrative of its economic journey. China's reform era of the 1980s, spearheaded by Deng Xiaoping, stands as a monumental chapter in the nation's history, characterized by sweeping economic and political changes that lifted millions from poverty. This transformative period shifted China from a centrally planned economy to a dynamic market-oriented system. Market mechanisms such as price liberalization, enterprise autonomy, and foreign investment spurred competition, innovation, and efficiency, propelling economic activity forward. Special economic zones like Shenzhen and Zhuhai, with preferential incentives, became vital hubs of export-driven manufacturing, contributing substantially to the nation's economic growth. China's integration into the global trading system through joining GATT in 1986 and the WTO in 2001 further expanded market access and fueled export-oriented growth. In parallel, the 1980s saw a relaxation of social controls, granting people greater freedom in movement, education, and cultural expression. Political power decentralized, allowing local authorities more decision-making autonomy. The tangible impact of these reforms was evident in poverty reduction, with China achieving a historic decline in extreme poverty from 88% in 1981 to 0.7% in 2015 as reported by the World Bank. However, challenges loomed. Unequal distribution of benefits raised concerns about social justice, and environmental degradation emerged as a consequence of rapid industrialization. Despite economic liberalization, political reforms remained limited, preserving the Communist Party's authoritative control. The 1980s reform era thus left an indelible mark on China's trajectory, showcasing the interplay of economic progress, societal changes, and the complexities inherent in navigating challenges on the path to development. Understanding this multifaceted legacy is imperative for comprehending China's ongoing economic journey and global positioning. China's autocratic systems face formidable challenges in competing with Western democracies, and its democratic neighbor India, which is experiencing robust growth. The lack of political accountability and transparency in China's one-party system may impede innovation and entrepreneurship due to limited checks and balances, potentially hindering long-term economic growth. Social unrest and discontent, driven by issues such as income inequality and environmental degradation, pose threats to stability as demands for political participation rise. Decision-making bottlenecks and rigidity in bureaucratic structures can slow responses to economic challenges, putting China at a potential disadvantage compared to more nimble democracies. Demographic concerns such as an aging population and declining birth rate could strain social security systems and create labor shortages, posing long-term economic challenges. While China's system has strengths in long-term planning, stability, and adaptability, India's democracy thrives on diverse voices and grassroots representation, fostering innovation and entrepreneurial spirit. India's youthful population provides a demographic advantage. However, India faces challenges like corruption and bureaucratic inefficiencies that could impede economic progress. In the short term, China's centralized system and infrastructure investments provide an economic edge, but the long-term competitiveness of different political systems depends on nuanced considerations of internal dynamics, external pressures, and adaptability to future challenges. A comprehensive understanding acknowledges the potential evolution of both systems and their ability to address weaknesses, emphasizing the complexity of comparing political efficiency in navigating 21st century challenges. Moreover, China's developmental trajectory has been significantly impacted by historical policies and practices, with notable negative repercussions stemming from the one-child policy, the K2 examination system, and periods of isolation from the global community. The one-child policy, implemented from 1979 to 2016, aimed to curb population growth, but left enduring consequences. Demographically, the policy resulted in a skewed gender balance, with more boys than girls, and contributed to an aging population, raising concerns about potential labor shortages. The social toll was evident in psychological stress, family pressures, and ethical dilemmas surrounding forced abortions. Economically, the shrinking workforce posed challenges to long-term growth and sustainability. The KG examination system, spanning from 606 to 1905, inadvertently fostered social stratification by favoring wealthy elites with access to education. This perpetuated inequality, hindering social mobility. The system's emphasis on rote memorization and conformity potentially stifled creativity and critical thinking, while bureaucratic inefficiencies may have bred corruption within the government. Not to mention, China's historical isolation further impacted its development. Limited technological advancements resulted from restricted international trade and knowledge exchange, impeding progress. Economic growth suffered due to isolationism, hindering foreign investment and restricting market opportunities. Culturally, the nation faced stagnation as limited exposure to diverse ideas and perspectives stifled vibrancy and innovation. China's trajectory towards superpower status appears to be facing considerable challenges, prompting concerns that the dream is losing momentum. Recent shifts towards increased state control and potential obstacles to innovation have contributed to a sense that the path ahead may be downhill. These recent trends raise questions about the sustainability of its superpower ambitions. The dynamics of navigating global complexities and internal challenges suggest that the road ahead may be more arduous than anticipated for China's aspirations on the global stage.